Lights, camera, podcast. This is the Silver Screen Sessions podcast with your host, Pete. Your fortnightly dose of movie talk, reviews, and all things film. From blockbusters to hidden gems, Pete will be breaking down what's worth watching, what's overrated, and everything in between. So grab your popcorn, take your seats, and let's roll the reel.
Welcome back to the Silver Screen Sessions podcast, the show where we break down the films that move us, surprise us, and sometimes divide us completely. I'm your host, Pete. Today we're diving headfirst into the tinsel, the tears, and the tangled web of romance that is Love Actually from 2003. Now, some people call it a Christmas masterpiece. Others say it's a festive soap opera on steroids. But love it or roll your eyes at it, Love Actually has become a seasonal tradition. The sort of film you can't help but watch when the lights go up, the tree goes out, and you want a little reminder that love, in all its forms, is messy and marvellous. So grab a mince pie, pour yourself something warm, and let's unwrap the charm, chaos, and contradictions of Love Actually. So the story, 8 love stories, one Christmas. Released in 2003, written and directed by Richard Curtis, Love Actually weaves together 9, you heard that right, yes, 9 storylines set in the 5 weeks leading up to Christmas. Each thread is connected, loosely, emotionally, or literally, by one theme. Love, actually. You've got the newly elected Prime Minister who falls for his catering assistant, a grieving widower trying to help his young stepson navigate first love, a writer escaping heartbreak in France and discovering a new language of love, a rock legend trying to stage a festive comeback, a married couple facing emotional betrayal, a lonely office worker balancing family, duty and personal desire, a best friend secretly in love with the bride, a pair of body doubles finding unexpected connection, and a father and son story that's arguably the most touching of all. Curtis somehow ties these all together like fairy lights, a bit tangled, a bit chaotic, but it shines when you plug it in. What makes Love Actually work is that it doesn't pretend love is neat. Some stories soar, some stumble, and some end on bittersweet notes. But that's life, isn't it? Fun fact, the first draft was 3.5 hours long. Curtis combined several short film ideas he'd written over the years, which is why it feels like you're watching multiple mini-movies that occasionally bump into each other. So the cast, a who's who of British film royalty. It's hard to overstate how stacked this cast actually is. Love Actually isn't just an ensemble. It's the British film industry's Christmas party. Hugh Grant, Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman, Keira Knightley, Liam Neeson, Colin Firth, Bill Nighy, Laura Linney, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Rowan Atkinson and Martin Freeman. It's like Christmas. Richard Curtis sent an email to every British actor he'd ever met and said, "Turn up Tuesday." Each actor brings their own energy. Grant's bumbling charm, Thompson's emotional precision, Nighy's unfiltered chaos, Rickman's subtle pain, Linney's quiet vulnerability, and yet it somehow feels cohesive, like a Christmas pudding full of different ingredients that shouldn't work together, but they do. Behind the scenes, Curtis said juggling all those storylines was like directing 10 films in one. Several scenes had to be shot simultaneously by second unit, meaning for a few days, Hugh Grant and Liam Neeson were literally filming different movies on opposite ends of London. So standout storylines, the good, the bad and the cheesy. Let's break down the stories that still get people talking. The Prime Minister and Natalie, which is Hugh Grant and Martine McCutcheon. Fairy tale romance with a political twist. Grant's Prime Minister is charmingly awkward, the embodiment of Curtis's brand of British nice guy. The dancing scene through 10 Downing Street to Jump, pure joy. Apparently, Grant hated filming it. He called it the most excruciating moment of my career. Curtis, of course, made him do 12 takes. Harry and Karen, Alan Rickman and Emma Thompson. The emotional core, a husband tempted into the emotional betrayal and a wife quietly breaking. Thompson's bedroom scene, silently crying to Johnny Mitchell, was filmed in one take. She said she drew from her own heartbreak after her marriage to Kenneth Branagh. You feel every ounce of it. Then Sarah and Carl, Laura Linney and Rodrigo Santoro, possibly the most tragic thread. Sarah's loyalty to her brother overshadowed her romantic life, showing how love could be selfless and painful. Curtis said he included it to remind audiences that love isn't always romantic. Jamie and Aurelia, Colin Firth and Lucia Moniz, a classic Curtis romance, lost in translation. It's warm, funny, and hopelessly romantic. Their proposal scene, half in broken Portuguese, half in broken English, was actually improvised. Mark and Juliet, Andrew Lincoln and Keira Knightley. The cue card scene, iconic or creepy? Depends who you ask. It's become one of the cinema's most debated moments. Lincoln said he wrote, "I am a stalker" on one of the cue cards as a joke for outtakes. Still, love or loathe it, that moment became pop culture gold. And let's not forget the side stories. Billy Mack's gloriously bad Christmas single and the hilarious body double subplot with Martin Freeman and Joanna Page. Both add levity when the heartbreak hits too hard. So, some fun facts and behind the scenes. Those Heathrow Airport opening shots, real people. Curtis used hidden cameras to film genuine reunions for weeks. Rowan Atkinson's jewellery shop scene was almost cut for time. His slow-motion gift wrapping took so long that it caused laughter on set. Curtis originally wrote 4 more stories, including one about a headmistress caring for her ill partner. It was cut, but the deleted scene was released years later and adds even more emotional weight. The little boy, Sam, was only 13 but played 10. He's now in The Queen's Gambit and Game of Thrones, still baby-faced. Bill Nighy improvised much of Bill Mack's dialogue, including calling Ant and Dec Ant or Dec, whichever one you are. Keira Knightley was only 18 when filming. Chiwetel was 26. Yep, it makes that cue card scene even stranger. The title, Love Actually, came from the opening line of Curtis's original draft. Love actually is all around. The darker side of love. For all its festive fluff, Love Actually isn't afraid to hurt. It reminds us that love isn't always happy endings. Sometimes it's compromise, sacrifice, or heartbreak. Karen and Harry's marriage shows love can fade. Sarah's story proves that responsibility can override passion. Even the Prime Minister's love story, sweet as it is, highlights the power imbalance that's rarely discussed in rom-coms. Curtis balances this by showing love in all forms, not just romantic. There's friendship, parental love, sibling love, grief, and selfless care. That's what makes the film grounded. It's not saying that love conquers all, it's saying love tries to. The music of Love Actually. If Die Hard gave us explosions, Love Actually gave us emotion through music. The soundtrack is stacked. Christmas is All Around, hilarious parody that becomes the film's through line. Both Sides Now, Joni Mitchell at her most heartbreaking. All You Need Is Love, the Beatles cover in the wedding scene, which took 5 days to film. God Only Knows by the Beach Boys, used in the final montage, one of the most uplifting film endings ever. Every song feels carefully chosen, sometimes to make you cry, sometimes to make you smile through tears. Curtis said he wanted the soundtrack to sound like Christmas wrapping paper, shiny, familiar, and full of surprises. So the style, themes, and why it works, even when it shouldn't. What keeps Love Actually rewatchable is Curtis's ability to balance warmth and melancholy. Visually, it's all soft lighting, cosy homes, and London at its most romantic. Emotionally, it's layered. It doesn't shy away from loneliness or disappointment. It's also one of the first rom-coms to embrace interconnected storytelling. Without it, we probably wouldn't have Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, or He's Just Not That into You. Though let's be honest, none of those captured the same spark. The reason it worked is that it speaks to everyone. There's at least one storyline where you think, yeah, that's me. And while critics sometimes call it manipulative, maybe that's okay. Because at Christmas, we want to be manipulated. We want to believe in connection, in second chances, in messy, hopeful love. So the Christmas factor. Let's be clear, Love Actually isn't just a Christmas movie. It's the Christmas movie of the 2000s. It's got fairy lights, snowflakes, choir boys, and that weird urge to confess your feelings via cue cards. It's festive cinema comfort food. But it's also about what Christmas represents. Forgiveness, honesty, vulnerability, and community. That's why, even 2 decades later, it still fills living rooms every December. Even the film's flaws, the overstuffing, the implausibility, feel Christmassy. Because Christmas itself is like that. Too much food, too many emotions, and somehow still perfect. So my review and rating. Love Actually hits differently depending on where you are in life. At 20, it's all romance and possibility. At 40, it's about compromise and nostalgia. At 60, it's about gratitude for the people still around the tree with you. Is it perfect? Not even close. Some characters get sidelined and a few moments haven't aged well. But that's part of its charm. It's flawed, human and earnest. So for me, it's a solid 8.5 out of 10. It's warm, funny and bittersweet. A cinematic mince pie, sugary, messy and guaranteed to make you feel something. So there you have it, Love Actually. A Christmas movie about the best and worst of love, stitched together with hope, humour and the all-star cast who somehow make chaos look magical. Thanks for joining me on the Silver Screen Sessions podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review and share it with your favourite hopeless romantic. Next time, we're swapping mistletoe for mayhem as we take aim at a 90s classic, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Until then, keep your hearts open, your cocoa warm, and remember, love, actually, is all around.